In between recording the first and second parts of this podcast, worth checking in on just a little bit of news, which is that Valve announced a long-rumored series of new pieces of hardware, but it was unclear what exactly this is all going to be. There have been long-time rumors of a new Steam controller and long-time rumors of a new VR headset. The one that was unsure whether it was going to happen this early was a little console box. So as of today, we're recording on Wednesday, were announcements for a Steam machine, which is essentially...
Oh, this is the new Steam machine. Steam Machine is a powerful gaming PC in a small but mighty package, designed for your games on the big screen. It's quiet too, which is crazy since it's 6 times more powerful than a Steam Deck, powered by a discrete, semi-custom AMD GPU, enabling 4K gaming at 60 frames per second with FSR. Steam Machine runs SteamOS made for a bigger screen, built for gaming in your living room, your office, or wherever you play, with the rest of your PC accessories.
What if you took a Steam Deck, made it roughly 6 times as powerful, put it in a little GameCube shape? The fact that it doesn't have a handle is actually slightly insulting to the design of the box, so hopefully you can 3D print a handle on that thing when it comes out.
Oh, so you hate Nier Automata?
What? That's... Excuse?
You don't like the black box?
Okay, all right. You know, I just wish it had a cute little handle on it. And went do.
Well, there's an e-ink faceplate. So the faceplates are interchangeable, and one of the options they showcase.
They're not going to sell that. They're not selling the e-ink display. That they said they made that just for development, but they're not gonna sell them.
Well, I don't know what to do with that.
Well,
somebody out there will make it.
So if they're the Steam Machine is like a little a console box. A press were able to come out and check it out. And apparently, like by the early Digital Foundry metrics, it's shockingly powerful, like something above an Xbox Series S in the PlayStation 5 sort of range. So it'll be fairly capable as being a box that you put underneath your TV. But as Natalie pointed out, it is going to have these faceplates that are interchangeable, and they'll put out the specs. So if people want to build boutique things for it or 3D print different sort of panels, my guess is that someone is immediately just going to make... It was like an e-ink panel that said like...
She's refreshing.
Oh. It was an e-ink panel that showed like some of the specs of... kind of like you'd be able to see how your PC is operating, like what's the temperature, like what are the resources being used. I can imagine people being very into something like that. The Steam Frame, which is a updated VR headset that they're calling Streaming First.
Is that the next, kind of like the next in line after the Index?
Yeah. Yes and no. Whereas the Index went for best in class, you were going to run games off of an external device. It is just going to mirror something that was happening somewhere else, or you had to directly connect the Index onto a PC. The Steam Frame follows in the MetaQuest line of, hey, you can pull things in from external sources, but also we're going to run games natively on the device so that you can take it anywhere, and that's part of what makes the MetaQuest work. Like, yes, it's sort of a ancient mobile processor, but the fact that you can run your games on it and take it wherever you want makes it just a much more interesting device. And the Steam Frame follows in that model. The Steam controller, which looks like I've never used a Steam controller. I know that people love them, hate them, but just liked the fact that they were doing something different. The new one looks like an evolution of that, but looks much nicer to hold. All 3 devices are scheduled for sometime early next year. We don't have prices on any of them, but Valve has at least said that with the Steam Machine, they're intending for it to be somewhere around the price of an entry-level PC, which roughly would put you in like the $700 to $1,000 range for something like that.
Woof. And I'm buying.
And I'm buying it.
And I'm buying it. Put me down.
If quite literally, if there was a page where I could hand over the credit card right now, I would. The Steam Machine is something I've wanted, something like this forever. Like I've tried Steam Link, which, you know, like you can stream your stuff to different handheld devices or to a TV. It just doesn't work particularly well for me. Either it's my network setup or what's in my walls. I don't know, but it doesn't work. I love my Steam Deck. I use it all the time. It's one of my like favorite devices, but it is hitting all sorts of limitations on the games that can run on it. And the Steam Machine being sort of like an in-between, where it's like I've got this big, beefy gaming PC in my office that I really need to use that I can. The Steam Deck is great for on the go, but the Steam Machine being this sort of like in-between device that can run a lot more games competently and just sort of hide underneath my television. I mean, they could charge kind of whatever they wanted for that, and I probably would buy it.
Mm-hmm.
But fortunately, Valve's hardware has actually been pretty reasonably priced alongside their devices in the past. But Danika, I know Danika and Natalie, you both seem to nod along that at least sounded like something you'd be pretty interested in.
Yeah, I play the majority of my games sitting on the couch, and
Same.
I think I mentioned this before on a podcast, but I grew up watching my dad play video games when I was a kid, and then my sister's watching me play video games, and I love to just like watch and be watched while I'm playing video games. So my sister watches me play as much as she's able to, and so anytime I'm like, I'm gonna go on my computer, she's like, are you really gonna go on your computer? I can't watch you. So this is like perfect for me because I want nothing else. And I've tried docking my Steam Deck. I cannot get that thing to show up on my TV no matter what I do. So I've given up on trying to get my Steam Deck to even show up on the TV. This is like perfect for me, but yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm just so interested in less consoles, like owning less consoles. I think in my ideal world, I would have a Switch and the Steam Machine.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I have my PC when it's necessary, but ideally, purely from like a space standpoint, like trying to manage the amount of space that my TV area is dedicated to just gaming consoles is so frustrating because they're just ginormous and a bit of an eyesore, and you know that's subjective. Maybe you find the current gen gaming consoles to be stunning works to be displayed in your home.
My beautiful Xbox.
My beautiful PlayStation 5. I have been wanting something. I also have been trying to make the Steam Link thing work. Have at times used my Steam Deck as a kind of TV console alike to the Switch, where I'm just kind of picking it up when I want to play handheld and then docking it whenever I'm at home and just kind of chilling around. But there is a bit of finagling with the optimization. And I think that's the promise of consoles, that is what you buy them for, is that you don't have to finagle with these devices. Like if you plug in the PS5, theoretically, it should just play your games well. You don't have to worry about system specs and graphics cards and, catering your display and graphics settings per game to whatever your hardware makeup is. The idea that the console is just like this plug and play thing that works from a developer standpoint is very reassuring, because you don't have to account for like hundreds of different hardware configurations. And I'm curious how that will translate to essentially a PC in a box, but like a standardized PC in a box that everybody, well, not everybody, but that maybe will be something that a lot of people end up getting.
Yeah, because what does it mean? What will it need upgrades? Like,
that's what
I'm very curious about that.
It sounds like from folks who've examined it, it's essentially the size of it. The removes all sort of modularity from the device. At most, maybe you could upgrade the SSD and perhaps the amount of internal RAM, but otherwise,
the same
the
as
box
the Steam Deck, isn't it?
Box. Correct. Yeah, the Steam Deck you can you can have just more like storage space for games. Here, I think might be able to upgrade the actual RAM that would be available to the machine. But it's a little bit different than a console in that they've said they'll allow partners to make other devices, which Valve has done. This is the second time they've called something a Steam machine. Like when they did this something like 10 years ago, it was like, hey, we're going to put the Steam operating system in these mini PCs. The difference there was they didn't have what they call Proton, which is basically allows Windows games to run competently and sometimes better than they run on Windows through their kind of boutique Linux operating system, Steam OS. These Steam machines will run Steam OS, take advantage of Proton, and they've said we're not going to stop anybody that like wants to load Steam OS into a tiny box and make it twice as powerful. Like if they want to do that and charge you $2,500 for it, you know, they're not going to stop them. So I don't know how much of the advantage it'll get from like a locked spec as much as, but I could imagine that like, hey, like when a PC game is announced in the same way that they say like, hey, it's Steam Deck verified, like, hey, we're Steam machine verified, and we know on a standard Steam machine this game will run at like 4K 30 frames a second, and we can guarantee that because we've tested it in the studio. For me, it's like I own so many different devices to try and expand portability for me because with two kids, it's like I need games to fit in wherever I'm at, and so like that's why I use the Steam Deck so much. It's why I use the Switch 2 so much, because if I'm outside of an activity or the TV is being used for something else, just being able to boot up a game wherever it is really useful. Like I don't know if I'll end up paying for the PlayStation Plus cloud streaming, but the idea that I don't need to be near my PlayStation 5, I could just pick up a PlayStation Portal and play Ghost of Yotai, like that is really compelling to me because it increases the chances that I might play the game. Whereas if I only can play this game in front of my TV when no one else is around and I have to turn that on, it just shrinks the possibility space for when and where I can play games. So here it's just, well, on my Steam Deck, I'm limited to, you know, these days it's a lot of indie games, right? Like that's the kind of stuff that runs really well on a Steam Deck. And then I've also hooked in the GeForce Now stuff. And I have gotten the docking to work on my Steam Deck, but it's really finicky still, and I'll be curious how much this gets ironed out with the Steam machine. Like, for example, I have a dock that works, interfaces with my TV just fine, and then I have a dedicated PlayStation 5 controller that talks to the Steam Deck.
Yes.
But resolution stuff is really weird because you'll dock it into the TV and then go into the resolution settings and like be stuck at like Steam Deck native res because you have to go back out into the game specific settings and say, hey, let this run at like native resolutions or other resolutions. It's trying to do the right thing, which is like, hey, we don't want you to accidentally run this at 4K on your Steam Deck because you'll waste your battery and it's going to run poorly.
Yeah.
But when you're trying to make that, it's not seamless. It's like I have to watch a YouTube video to be like, oh, change this setting and change that setting. And I've got it in a space where it mostly works, but I don't blame you, Danika, for being slightly frustrated by it because I think it's not that seamless. And at least with the Steam machine, you, in theory, wouldn't have to mess with as many of those settings. It's like, hey, this is like when it sees this in the HDMI, like Steam knows what to do and like what settings to set up, and you can, you know, dive deeper if you want to.
I will say the controller, I don't know. I don't see
I don't know.
I've never used a Steam controller. I don't like that there's two trackpads under the sticks.
I'd remove those trackpads from the Steam Deck if I
Same.
could.
But isn't that weird?
There.
I'm looking at it and I'm like, how does it? How is it comfortable? And how are your thumbs not hitting the trackpads when you're moving?
Well, the analog sticks are going to be, you know, the trend now is for the analog sticks to not be, you know, parallel with one another. It's for them to be sort of offset, right? Like to have like one thumbstick up and the other thumbstick like kind of up or down and away from it, and these are right next to one another. So yeah, I don't know, like at the point that I'm like on Steam's page and paying whatever I'm paying for the Steam Deck or the Steam machine, and they're like, for another $60 you could have a Steam controller, I'll probably buy a Steam controller.
In that case, sure.
I'm plagued by the amount of controllers I have in my house, just from doing things like that. From like, oh, I'm gonna buy a dedicated PS5 controller for my Steam Deck, or a dedicated I was using PS4 controllers for my PC for a while, DualShocks before. Those have largely been phased out, but at least out of just being as seamless as they used to be. I don't want another controller.
Yeah, same.
No. I really don't.
Like,
this
again,
is the point, right? This is I want to minimize. Like this I imagine the Steam machine as a part of like a minimalist era for myself, where I just like I have less.
What else
consoles.
is happening in this minimalist era? Like, is this like a
Yeah.
broad
How else are you minimalizing? Yeah, minimizing. I don't know.
Don't you don't have to
Ideally-
minimize yourself. You just minimalize. These are different
Minimalize.
things.
Ideally, I'm liquidating my Funko Pops that I've been holding on to for the past like 10 years.
Where are they?
They're probably like molding in a box somewhere in my garage. I don't even know where they are. But I was reminded of their existence recently because my mom bought me a Funko Pop for my birthday.
Because she thinks you still like really like them,
She
and that's
still-
an easy
yeah,
thing to
and I-
buy.
What was it?
Okay, let's see if you can guess.
Star
Stranger
Wars.
Things season 5.
There were two Funko Pops. One, yes, is Star Wars related. One is not Star Wars related.
Is the other one video games related?
No.
We get a general hint.
Disney.
Elsa from Frozen.
No.
Is it hot or
Is
is
it
she
an-
hot or cold?
Yeah.
Not Elsa, the guest.
Not she's cold, I think, usually most of the time. What
Is it a human?
It's like warm. Oh,
Animal?
good question.
Yeah.
Toy.
Human?
It's it can be human.
Shapeshifter.
Wait, no, he's a human. He's a human. He's a
He.
human. He's a human.
He. Okay.
Beast from Beauty and the Beast?
No, but I accidentally mixed them up. So very hot. Very hot. Same world. But
Gaston? Not Gaston.
Oh, Gaston?
yeah.
You can't get a Gaston Funko Pop. The point of Gaston is like that he's like a stupid hunk, and a Funko Pop cannot be a hunk.
This is true.
I need to see it though.
I also have it. I don't even know where I put it. Actually, no. I think I already hid
Googling
it
it.
somewhere.
You ready? Does your mom come over and ask?
Oh
"Where'd
my
you
god,
put Gaston?"
he looks
Where'd you
fucked
put
up.
him?
He looks fucked up. His chin.
Oh wait, he is right here. Hold on.
Oh my god, his chin. I googled him. He looks. He's goofy.
Still mint condition, still in the box.
Mint condition Gaston. If anybody is looking to purchase, I've got a. It's actually not mint condition at all. It's kind of roughed up.
It's been thrown on the ground a couple times. The cat's.
It
played
looks
with
like he's doing the anime face where the lip is like this. You
But
know
that's
what I'm
his chin, right? That's his chin.
That's his chin, but it's giving like the upper lip.
It is, yeah.
Down. You know
it's
what
giving
I mean?
kitty face.
Yes,
Nya.
kitty face.
Yeah.
Yeah, nya.
Awesome.
Gaston, nya. Gaston. Anyway, the other one is the Star Wars one. Any wild guesses?
Is it like positive reaction or kind of like weird reaction?
Did she get you a specific one because like, oh, I know you like this character, or just like, I know my little girl Natalie's into Star Wars?
That's an insane impersonation of my mother. If you know her, it's oh God. The amount of like guilt and shame I feel for even flaming my mother right now.
Is
over
it new? Is it like a
Yeah, is
new
It's-
Funko Pop?
No. You might even say it's the first Funko Pop.
Yoda.
No, but very close. Yoda's number 2. This is number 1.
Chewbacca?
No. Chewbacca's number
Darth
6.
Vader?
Also, this box has like seen better days. It's
This is very cute of your mom to get you Funko Pops.
It is really cute.
Yeah, it's cute.
She's
It's cute.
It is
trying.
really cute. And also she flew with these. Like she saw these I think at like a Goodwill in Connecticut or something and then flew across the country with them to give them to me for my birthday.
That is so cute. Getting you a Gaston, I mean, yeah. I know
haven't
Natalie. I
seen
know
the new
Natalie
movie
pretty
yet.
well. I know Natalie's mom pretty well, and Natalie's mom getting her a Gaston Funko Pop is so funny to me. It's so funny. Yeah. So
Yeah. How did we get there? Oh,
I don't know.
minimalizing.
Oh yeah, minimalizing.
Yeah.
Minimalizing.
So that would be like the first thing. Probably getting rid of a few
Sell
of
it
those.
as a collection, or like we're starting individually?
I don't know. I just want them out of my life. I have so many. I'm a tchotchke person. I've
Yeah.
collected a lot of little bits and bobs throughout my years.
I bought a
And I
Labubu
also-
because Natalie has Labubus.
Yeah, I do have
So
4
Yeah.
Labubus.
My children
It
have 3.
wasn't my fault. One of them was given to me by my mom, by the way. So
I'm noticing
a
a
lot
pattern.
of my little items are things that my mom has given me, and I can't bear to part with them because I feel so emotionally tied to them. So
What if you recruited her to sell them on Facebook Marketplace?
she would be heartbroken that I would even suggest.
yeah, this is gonna be a secret mission.
No, it would have like I'm afraid she's gonna hear this podcast. I don't know. Like you might not have to put me on the advertisement.
Well, I was
don't know.
eventually told by Rob. Like I mentioned something about his life in a newsletter. It was like, hey, you can't stop doing that. My parents don't engage with any of the content, but they do read the newsletter. And I
That's the
was like,
one
"Oh,
thing.
okay." Like I told, his parents found out about something. It was not a big deal. But
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
like something was like HOA related.
Rob
to
spending
the podcast.
thousands of dollars on pepper grinders or whatever.
Like, hey Rob.
Well, something made me think back. I was like, what are the other things that I've said that have created awkward conversations between Rob and his parents as a result of me just writing something at Friday at 4 p.m.
Well, I'll
Well-
tell you where my mom is. She's in Twitch chat. That's the place where she'd
That's
find
awesome.
me.
Does she get a notification when you go live?
Yeah, totally.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Remap, she's got notifs on.
So wait, is she still getting noticed when we just go live for like a
think
wheel
so.
of G-Force? That she has to swipe away.
She's like, oh, I know Natalie's not on today. I usually, but when we do the save point stream, she's always there. She's got a secret
Okay.
username.
That's cute.
And she'll just like she'll just type like one thing for the entire 72 hours and be like hello or something.
She's not gifting
so
us her
cute.
Amazon Prime sub?
I don't think she would know how to do that.
Linked up the accounts? Okay.
The fact
all right.
that she can do Twitch chat on her phone is like amazing to me.
That is pretty
She's not
good.
the most technologically inclined.
That's beautiful. Though.
As
We're not
moms
gonna-
shouldn't
We're not
be.
going to
Yeah,
knock that.
moms
no,
shouldn't be.
no.
Moms
No.
should not be technologically inclined.
Yeah.
No, when I first started working at Giant Bomb, and that's when certain parts of the internet started turning their ire towards me, and my mom, I told her, I was like, oh, this is like kind of like a big deal that I'm like working here, like people actually watch this stuff, and so she started reading the comments, and then like would text me screenshots of the comments, like this is so mean.
No.
Like why would Yoda Face 5'6" say this mean thing about my mom? You
Why
gotta
would
get out of the
Gaston
comments.
Funko 123 say this about you?
Which number is Gaston?
Oh, good question. 240.
Wow.
Yeah.
How many do you think you have?
I have probably 30
Okay.
to 40
that's
Funko
less-
Pops.
okay, that's less than
I
I
would have thought.
thought,
That's respectable.
I have 6. So,
Okay, that's a more reasonable amount.
and they're all Kuromi and Hello Kitty. So I don't.
Okay,
I'll
so
keep
they're
them.
like
You have a
They're
very
in theme.
specific.
Yeah.
there are some Funkos that the character like allows to be Funko-fied. Do you know what I mean? Like the design of the character lends itself to getting Funko-fied. I would say 90% of the Funko characters out there do not have this quality.
Yeah.
But there are a select few Kuromi is a great one.
Some Pokemon.
Some of the Pokemon,
Yeah.
the Pikachu one, absolutely not. That
Pretty
one's
much-
really scary.
Pretty much only animalistic.
Yeah,
characters.
non-human
Yeah.
Noid characters typically will lend themselves well
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
Noid? Oh, human. Okay. I thought Noid, you were just like, Noid-based characters.
Can we shorten humanoid to just Noid?
Just noids.